billions of years of evolutionary advancement.
And then we have
The
Cassie.
subscribe button is always pretty gloomy, and I keep telling it, like, life's what you make it, man. But he doesn't really care. Happy day, I'm Gloom! Today I'm gonna do a very quick review of the video game Firewatch. If you've not played it before and want to go in blind, then definitely don't watch. But if you have played it, have not played it, or just want to know what everybody's talking about, then this is definitely the place to be. I have not done a review of a video game before, so let me know in the comments if this is the kind of thing that you want to see in the future. I really liked this game and felt compelled to talk about it because from the beginning of this game, your dreams kind of get set up and immediately get shit on. And as gamers, we like to know what's going on, what the game's gonna be about, and I spent the entire game saying, what the hell is this going to be about? You start off as an adolescent with a wife, and you are the kind of person who leaves beer cans around. Your wife gets really sick with dementia, she has to leave work and eventually leave you. So you take a job and you end up being the person who's cleaning up the beer cans. Behind the adolescence, you do mundane tasks every day, and your only lifeline, your only connection to another person is a girl through a walkie-talkie.
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you have a wife who you presumably really care about, every single time this woman, Delilah, pays you any attention, it feels really good, and it kind of toys with your emotions because in your isolation, you just want to feel somewhat of a connection with somebody.
It'd be nice to get together at the end of the summer.
Really? A lot of the tasks in this game are very mundane. Leveling up in this game is also very marginal. You go from a compass to a tracker. You go from a map to a map that you drew on. You find a cash box at the very beginning of the game and there's a horn in it and you go, what's this horn in here for? And Delilah says,
Stay out here long enough and you'll get creative.
really? And by that, I thought she meant that the game was going to get creative. I was going to have to use my problem-solving skills to solve this game. However, I feel like the game was more about the expectations that you create in your head and being let down when you make everything about yourself, which I feel like I tend to do because when I'm playing a game, I like to bash a guy in the head and decapitate people as much as the next guy, but I feel like this game really wasn't about me. The climax wasn't about me, and despite the fact that it was kind of a tragic climax, I didn't really feel connected to it, and I was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't this huge conspiracy and everything was about me, or that I was mad and I made all this up in my head. It was just a little thing that was going on over there that had more to do with Delilah, and you had to kind of just be there for her.
I mean, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
When you have a lot of time on your hands, you think about a lot of stuff in this game, played with themes of life and death and solitude, loyalty, having a true connection with someone, what it all means, what the point of everything is. I feel like you take every little thing in the game and you try to blow it up and make it about yourself.
Someone broke
Are you out of your minds? And depending on your expectations and your perceptions, you can either be really, really let down, or you can be like, oh, well, that was a thing, I guess. It truly is a game about perception and expectation. You spend the whole thing trying to make it about yourself, but the simplest explanation ends up being the reason why a bunch of weird stuff is going on in the forest. You hike for the end of the game for what seems like forever, only to find that Delilah, the person on the other end of the walkie-talkie, left without you, possibly because you have a lot of stuff to deal with. She knows that, and she needs you to deal with that before you can actually try to have a relationship with her. So you once again are in solitude. The end is very ambiguous. You don't know what becomes of either of them in the end. You just have this feeling of being left behind and having to deal with the problems at hand. I can see why a lot of people didn't really like this game, because if you don't really get emotionally invested in it and you spend the entire game waiting for something huge to happen, then it is definitely a big letdown. And to be honest, I was kind of let down in the end. Bye, Firewatch. I'm going to bed. I can see why a lot of people had really mixed reviews and emotions about this game, because if you don't get emotionally invested and you hope that all of the choices you make impact the end, then yes, it is very sad. I hoped that my decisions would end up being something. I hoped that all of the stuff that I collected would end up helping me in the end, but none of that stuff mattered, and it kind of just pointed out to me, despite the fact that I was really disappointed in the end, after I thought about it for a little while, I realized how much I feel the need to be instantly gratified. I didn't really appreciate this game truly until after I beat it and thought about it for a while, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna think that this game is hipster bullshit. I've seen that kind of comment a lot about this game, but I got a lot out of it. I feel like it was worthy of playing. I've never done a review before, so I guess I'll just make up some sort of rating system right now that I'm probably gonna tweak. I will give this game 7.5 Cheetos out of 10. Cheeto is my turtle who burned to death because I forgot to bring him with me, but what the hell does it matter anyway? My turtle's gonna burn to death. When I get home, I'm gonna buy a whole bag of Cheetos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it one of these and make sure you subscribe to give that Gloom subscribe button a bit of a pick-me-up. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!